Hi, I'm Lynn Coaches for Connecticut Envirothon Forestry. I'm here to introduce some invasive species that have been having an impact on Connecticut's forests. How do these invasive plants, insects, and blights get here in the first place? Well, sometimes it's by accident, but other times it's because of choices people have made. Then weather, climate changes, and wildlife help to spread them. Regardless of their origins, these forest invaders are here now and are of great concern. Let's take a look at some of them. This is Tree of Heaven. It's a deciduous tree native to China and Taiwan. It was first introduced into the U.S. in the Philadelphia area in the late 1700s. Female trees can produce more than 300,000 seeds every year. These trees are doing just that. Notice the heavy yellow clusters. Established trees also spread by sending up root suckers that can emerge as far as 50 feet from the parent tree. Those silver leaves shimmering in the light belong to autumn olive. It's native to Eastern Asia and was introduced here during the 1830s for uses such as soil conservation and wildlife habitat enhancement. Unfortunately, it turned out to degrade wildlife habitat instead. In Connecticut, it has been widely planted along highways because of its wind and drought tolerance and its ability to form dense thickets. This rapid grower outcompetes and displaces native shrubs. This next shrub is everywhere. Winged Euonymus, or burning bush, is native to northeastern Asia, Japan, and central China. It was introduced to the U.S. in the mid-1800s. It is frequently planted as an ornamental hedge because its leaves turn a vibrant red in the fall. Its dense thickets create a heavy shade that blocks light to native vegetation, helping it to take over and dominate a forest understory. This shrub is rapidly encroaching on our forest understory. Japanese barberry is commonly planted as an ornamental, as well as for wildlife food, erosion control, and as a natural fencing. Birds disperse the seeds after eating the fruit. Barberry suppresses the growth of native plants. Because it is a favorite shelter for rodents trying to avoid predators, barberry helps to increase the population of ticks carrying Lyme's disease. This is what Japanese knotweed looks like. It is a native of Japan that was brought to the U.S. from Britain in the late 1800s as an ornamental. Once established, it forms large, dense stands that shade out native vegetation. It poses a threat to riparian areas where it can survive severe flooding and rapidly colonize scoured shores and islands. It is frequently found in forests, fields, along roadsides and highways, as well as in parks and even backyards. Look at this shrub growing up a tree. It's Multiflora Rose, an extremely prolific shrub that forms dense, impenetrable thickets which crowd and shade out native species. Individual plants can produce up to 500,000 seeds per year, and seeds can remain viable in the soil for up to 20 years. This innocent-looking sprout can quickly grow into a strangling vine. Asiatic Bittersweet, a native to Eastern Asia, was originally introduced to the U.S. as an ornamental and for erosion control. Despite the fact that its movement as well as its sale is prohibited in Connecticut, people still harvest it to make autumn wreaths for their front doors, attracting birds and thus continuing seed dispersal. This is what can happen when it gets overgrown. Garlic mustard is an invasive herbaceous plant that was introduced to the U.S. from Europe in the late 1800s for culinary and medicinal purposes. It quickly overtakes a woodland understory. The plant is allelopathic, emitting chemicals that prevent the growth of native plants. Nothing grows well once garlic mustard has taken over the area. One plant can produce as many as 8,000 seeds, which remain viable in the ground for more than 5 years. Aggressive mugwort is native to Europe and Eastern Asia. It was brought into North America as early as the 1600s as a medicinal plant. It spread throughout the northeastern U.S. as a contaminant on ships and in nurseries, and today is also being spread by heavy equipment such as roadside and brush mowers. A single plant can produce up to 200,000 seeds, which are then windblown everywhere. Insects are also here. Ash trees are in trouble because of emerald ash borer, an insect that is not native to North America. It probably arrived in the U.S. on wood used in shipping other goods. Movement of ash, in particular as firewood, nursery stock, logs, and wood packaging materials, has been cited as the most likely means by which EAB has spread so rapidly. It is now found in every county in Connecticut. An insect related to aphids, Hemlock woolly Adelgid feeds on hemlock species and was first reported in Connecticut in 1985. By 1997, it was found throughout the state. The Adelgid feeds along the stems, depleting storage reserves and inhibiting the ability to produce new growth. You can see fallen hemlock stands throughout Connecticut forests. Of the blights, perhaps the most well-known is the American chestnut blight. Over 100 years ago, American chestnut trees were among the largest and most valued trees in the eastern U.S. A fungus disease on imported Asian trees was discovered in New York City in 1904, and within 50 years, the decimation of the American chestnut radically changed eastern forests. The blight is still here, and chestnut sprouts like these struggle to survive. These have been just a few of the hundreds of invasive species found here in Connecticut. They're not just in our forests, they're everywhere. Visit the Forestry page at Connecticut Envirothon to learn more. These forest invaders didn't get here overnight. It will take time and everyone working together to solve the problems that they have created. We hope you will be part of the solution too.